Macbeth, a Shakespeare story. The three witches waited on the edge of the battlefield, hidden by mist and magic. They watched the Scottish army win a victory over the invading forces of Norway. After the fight was done, they lingered on, gloating over the moans of the dying. "He will be here soon," said the first witch. "Let the spell begin." All hail Macbeth, Thane of Glamis. All hail Macbeth, Thane of Cawdor. All hail Macbeth, who shall be king hereafter. Macbeth gave a startled gasp. How had these crones come to read his secret thoughts? All hail, Banquo, your children shall be kings. They vanished like a mist of breath on a mirror. Were they ghosts? Banquo whispered. The Thane of Cawdor has confessed to treason and been executed. The king has given his title and lands to you, noble Macbeth. Macbeth's face turned deathly pale. Only Duncan and his sons stand between me and the crown. My wife must know this. I will write to her tonight. Duncan is old and weak. His sons are not fit to rule, but you are. Kill the king while he sleeps, and let Malcolm and Donalbain bear the blame. Macbeth was astonished. First the witches, and his wife had seen his innermost thoughts. Lady Macbeth's face twisted into a sneer. This is your real chance to be king. Are you too cowardly to take it? I am no coward, snapped Macbeth. Then prove it, Lady Macbeth hissed. Glamis Castle was woken in the gray light of dawn by voices shouting, "Murder! The king is slain!" Shocked guests ran from their rooms and spoke in whispers. Rumors flew through the castle like swallows, and suspicion fell on Malcolm and Donalbain, who had the most gain from their father's death. Though they knew it would be taken as proof of their guilt, Duncan's sons fled for their lives. Donalbain sailed for Ireland. Malcolm rode across the border into England. Now nothing stood between Macbeth and the throne. He was crowned, but the crown did not bring him the pleasure he had imagined. Have I lied and murdered to set Banquo's son on the throne? He brooded. I must find a way to rid myself of him and his son. Macbeth kept it a secret, even from Lady Macbeth. Macbeth held a coronation feast in the royal castle. Lord Banquo and his son must have been delayed, he said lightly. Only he knew what had delayed them, for he had hired 2 murderers to ambush them on the road. Who dares sit in my place? Macbeth roared. No one, my lord, said Lady Macbeth with a forced laugh. Banquo smiled. There was blood in his mouth, and his teeth shone white through it. Then he faded into the shadows and the torchlight. Back to your grave, sobbed Macbeth. The king wishes to know the future, said the witch. It is not for the faint-hearted. Drink, said the blind witch. Fire and ice and the light of the moon burned in his brain. Beware Macduff, the Thane of Fife, said Duncan's ghost. No man born of woman can harm you. You will rule until Birnam Wood walks to Dunsinane, said Banquo. Then I am safe. No one can stop me, cried Macbeth. The guilty secret gnawed at Lady Macbeth's mind like a maggot in an apple. Lady Macbeth fell ill and began to walk in her sleep. Out, damned stain, she croaked. Will nothing make me clean? Doctors could do nothing for her. She grew weaker every day. Malcolm had raised an army in England. With Macduff at his side, he marched his troops into Scotland. There the army was greeted by cheering crowds, who longed to be freed from the tyrant Macbeth. Each time, Macbeth's generals urged him to fight. But Macbeth only laughed. "I have nothing to fear until Birnam Wood walks to Dunsinane. The enemy is approaching, my lord. To conceal the strength of their numbers, they are hiding behind branches cut from Birnam Wood. It looks as though a forest is on the march." "You deceived me," howled Macbeth. "I have lost everything. But at least I can die like a soldier, with a sword in my hand. I have come to avenge my wife and children," Macduff said through clenched teeth. "Stay back. I cannot be harmed by a man born of woman," cried Macbeth. "My mother died before I was born. To save me, the doctor cut me from her body." He saw now that all the witches' promises had been lies, and that by believing them, he had betrayed himself. "Come then, Macduff. Make an end of me." Macduff struck off Macbeth's head with one sweep of his sword. The head was placed on top of a spear. The victorious army cheered, then marched away to see Malcolm crowned king. As the sun set, 3 ravens fluttered around Macbeth's head. "All hail, Macbeth," they cawed. "All hail, all hail, all